It wasn't a miracle. It was me finally trusting myself. For years, I searched for something outside of me, something mystical, something grand, believing that the answer to my struggles was always just beyond my reach. But here's the truth I've learned. It wasn't some divine force that swooped down and saved me. It was me. I was the missing piece of my own puzzle. Let's talk about how this realization shifted everything. You see, we all go through life searching for something. We look for answers, for signs, for miracles. We want to believe that something or someone outside of us will come in and change our lives in an instant. And that's completely natural. In a world where we're bombarded with stories of miraculous transformations, it's easy to feel like we're waiting for some divine intervention. But here's the thing. True transformation doesn't come from a momentary spark of magic or a wish that suddenly gets granted. It comes from within. It's not about waiting for a miracle. It's about realizing that you've always had the power to change, grow, and heal. All you needed was to trust yourself. Now let's break this down. The idea of trusting yourself, really, truly trusting yourself, can be more difficult than it sounds. We live in a world where we're constantly told to look outside of ourselves for validation. We're taught to seek approval, to ask for advice, to search for answers everywhere but within. Society has ingrained this idea that we are not enough on our own, that we need external forces to guide us. But, and this is important, we've been going about it all wrong. You see, spirituality, true spirituality, isn't about following someone else's path or seeking something outside of yourself. It's about turning inward. It's about recognizing that the answers, the guidance, and the strength you seek are already within you. Grounded spirituality is about aligning with your own truth, not someone else's version of what's right. It's not about finding answers in sacred texts or in grand ceremonies, but about tapping into your own inner wisdom and trusting it. So let's talk about what it means to trust yourself. Trust isn't something that's simply given. It's earned, but not from someone else. It's earned from you. It's earned through the way you show up for yourself every day. It's earned by being honest with yourself, even when the truth is uncomfortable. It's earned through the small choices you make, the actions you take, and the way you show up in your own life. The more you trust yourself, the more you begin to realize how powerful you really are. Now, I know what you're thinking. It's not always easy to trust ourselves. Our minds are often filled with doubt, fear, and insecurities. We wonder if we're making the right choices. We worry about the consequences. We hesitate because we're afraid of making the wrong move. And let me tell you something. That's normal. In fact, that's part of the process. Every time you step into the unknown, every time you make a decision that takes you out of your comfort zone, you build that trust in yourself. This is where inner work comes into play. Inner work is not about trying to change who you are or becoming someone you're not. It's about peeling back the layers of doubt, fear, and insecurity that have been built up over time. It's about healing from past wounds and allowing yourself to be fully present with who you are right now. Inner work is about doing the deep, sometimes uncomfortable work of acknowledging your fears and embracing them, not avoiding them. It's about learning to trust that you have the strength to face whatever comes your way. But here's the catch. You can't rush this process. Trust isn't built overnight. It's not something that happens in one big, dramatic moment. It's something that happens gradually, day by day, as you show up for yourself. It's about being kind to yourself, forgiving yourself when you make mistakes, and celebrating your small wins along the way. Grounded spirituality isn't about escaping the realities of life. It's about embracing them fully. It's about learning to navigate life's challenges from a place of self-trust and inner strength. It's about realizing that you don't need to look outside of yourself for the answers, because you have everything you need within you. So, how do we begin this journey of self-trust and inner work? First, we need to get clear about what we truly want. Not what society tells us we should want, not what others expect from us, but what we truly desire deep within. What are the things that light you up? What are the goals that resonate with your soul? This clarity is the foundation upon which you will build your trust. Next, we need to make choices that align with our desires. This isn't always easy, because the world is full of distractions, and it's easy to get pulled in a million different directions. But when you trust yourself, you learn to say no to things that don't serve your highest good, and yes to things that do. It's about learning to listen to your inner guidance and trusting that it knows the way, even when logic or fear tells you otherwise. We also need to cultivate patience. Self-trust doesn't happen overnight, and there will be moments of doubt and uncertainty. But these moments aren't signs that you're failing, they're signs that you're growing. Every time you face a challenge, you have the opportunity to reinforce your trust in yourself. Another important part of this journey is learning to forgive ourselves. We've all made mistakes, and we've all experienced failures. But those failures don't define us. They're simply lessons. And when we forgive ourselves, we release the past and make room for growth. Self-trust means not holding on to past mistakes, but seeing them as part of our learning process. And finally, we need to honor our intuition. Our intuition is our inner compass. It's that quiet voice that speaks to us when we need guidance, the feeling in our gut that tells us when something isn't right. The more we listen to this voice, the more we strengthen our trust in ourselves. Intuition isn't something mystical or unexplainable. It's a natural part of who we are. It's the wisdom that comes from being in tune with our own truth. As you move forward on this journey, remember, it's not about achieving perfection. It's not about becoming flawless or never making mistakes. It's about showing up as your authentic self, trusting that you are enough as you are, and allowing yourself the space to grow. It's about understanding that miracles don't happen because of external forces. They happen when we decide to trust ourselves fully and embrace the power we hold within. So, I'll ask you again, do you trust yourself? Because when you do, you'll realize that the miracles you've been waiting for have always been right there within you. And that, my friend, is the most powerful revelation you can ever experience. It wasn't a miracle, it was you. It was you finally trusting yourself. And when you do that, everything changes.